It's only a bit of random luck that she gets to survive and not just join the rest of her family in his belly digesting away.
So basically, I was thinking that maybe, and hear me out on this, maybe we could try not doing the wrong thing and instead maybe try doing the right thing this time.
Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed. It is chilly outside now. It was cold last night. And yet, I was still so warm, I had to take off the fleecy blanket that covered me and just have a sheet because I had anxiety last night. It was late when I got to bed. Had to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, up at 5 o'clock because of discomfort, trying to get back to sleep after I got back from using the restroom, and yeah, a heat-based anxiety. Felt like I couldn't breathe. Middle of the night, fans going, freezing outside, and here I am dying of heat. But I survived, and little Ghost is still surviving. Boy, I just hope he's not suffering too much. Even when he eats, he spends most of his time just lying on his side and eating because he doesn't have enough air to sit up and eat. And front-loading the videos, hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, double plus good. If you could leave me a comment, even for the algorithm, that would be double plus good. And hey, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without their help, I and my pets would be, well, hosed like Christmas monkeys. And once again, I forget how long I'm supposed to keep my hands in the air. Thumbs up for that. If you would like to help me out and keep me and my pets alive, there's links for the Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for donations, an Amazon wishlist link, and my post office box. So you can send me anything from postcards to keychains to whatever you would like. I'll open them up in video. Thumbs up for that. And hey, front loading of videos over. Thumbs up and thank you. Oh boy, I had a lot of falling asleep issues yesterday. I think I was able to stay breathing because when I have sleep apnea, and I am in my chair here with no sleep apnea mask, my head rings like a bell. It's hard to concentrate. It's really loud. Well, yeah, it said it was ringing like a bell. My fingers and toes tingle, and it takes a long time to recover. I didn't really have that. So I just had periods where I was falling asleep and then just losing time. Thumbs up for that. And then, of course, I went and recorded a Dungeon Blitz video. When I have all sorts of ideas that I'm slowly coming up with because I was halfway through editing and I said, hey, why don't I use a sound effect for the swinging? And I used the sword sound sword sound only when I successfully strike in the game. So when I missed, no sword sound. When I hit, there's a schwang sort of sword sound, and that's fun, but I thought of that halfway through it, so takes forever to edit. And I still want to get like a whiff sound of a sword missing something, and a thunk sound of somebody using no weapons, that sort of thing. And then just continue to have fun. If you watched the video, I hope you saw the part and enjoyed when I talked about it. Oh, I'm going to eat this beast's lunch. And then I talk about reaching down its throat and pulling its meat out of its belly and then eating that in front of it. It was fun. Editing is cool. So yeah, it's been a day, and yesterday was a day, and yeah. So I've still been doing my best to do everything. I went on walkies. I was creative as possible while going on walkies. I did it really fast on walks again last night. Normally it takes about 2 hours. If I rush, I can get it done about an hour and a half to walk 6 miles. I didn't think I was really walking fast last night. And I still only took about an hour and 45 minutes, a lot shorter than normal. So, yay, I am pushing and race walking. My body wants to exercise, even though I up here don't really want to. Thumbs up for that. But let me see if there's anything else on my list about stuff that I did yesterday. And there wasn't a lot. Excuse me. So, I did my best to try and be creative, and most of my thinking, I can't push my creative endeavors. I've spent most of my life trying to do that and just been frustrated that it's never really worked. Yes, this has been slow the last couple of years working on this project. It is slower than I would like, but with ADHD and all my other issues, I'm amazed and lucky that it works at all. I just push my creativity, let my subconscious work on it, and then follow it to see what it's doing. And it works, it's just slow. And that part's bad because, we are all here for only a finite period of time. So thumbs up for that. Double checking my list here again just to make sure. And yeah, that's about it for everything that's happened yesterday. I wasn't able to make any phone calls, and I had falling asleep time, and then I did my video, and then I got to upload it, and then I quickly got stuff together, and then went on walkies, and then got back, had more falling asleep problems, tried to do stuff, realized it was after midnight. I was so time blind, and then off to bed. Oy vey. So also though, I'm going to try doing longer videos for the solo RPG stuff. A lot of other solo RPG channels, they spend about an hour generally doing a solo RPG playthrough if they're doing playthroughs. So I might do that. That would be good. I could definitely handle that. I enjoy time frickin' flies when I'm doing that, so it's cool. As for the creative part of stuff, I was thinking more about the Abernathe corn beast, which is just my weird name for it because of the town of Abernathe, the latest town that gets wiped out, and it's formed just from domesticated crops. When the vegetable intelligence, that does not even know it is a vegetable intelligence, manifests a body when domesticated crops show up, the body is first formed in a rough skeletal shape from plants, stalks, leaves, vines, and it crawls out of the domesticated crops in just this rough skeletal shape. There are pulses by which this beast is able to drain the living energy out of the plant life around it and exchange that for actual mass. So with each pulse, it gets more and more meaty. Bone forms, meat, muscle, well, of course, but bone, blood, nerves, a digestive system, a brain, skin, fur, until it is a breathing, heart-pumping beast. It doesn't have a really tangible form. If it goes on 4 legs, it looks kind of bear-like, just more sleek, with a large carnivorous stag's head as its head. It can rear up and walk, at which point it does not look like the bear form it had before, but it's not truly human in shape. It is a hybrid thing that works real well for it. So it's got this weird shape-shifty type thing depending on what it needs to do. It had not originally even known what it was going to be doing in its life. It did not realize that it would manifest, and it still doesn't, manifest with domesticated crops. It is a being of power and has no idea about its true nature. When it first manifested in such form, it found itself surrounded by domesticated crops and then all these weird bipeds and all of this other life that's around it. And it discovered that killing bipeds was fun. Oh gosh, it enjoys killing. It just loved it. Anything, not just people, anything, just the ending of any kind of life was a joy, a pleasure. It was fun. And the thing found out that, we come apart real easy. And we're fascinating when we do that. And also, it really freaks out the others when the beast would tear people apart or eat the pieces. So yeah, that was even more fun. So it just started eating everybody because that terrified everyone, and that was just a great joy. And so after it eaten everyone, it just thought, oh, this was great. I'm going to just rest until they show up again, and then, oh boy, what a trick. And so it would go back into hibernation. And then the next time X number of domesticated crops show, it manifests again. Same thing, Only now, after the first time, it just immediately starts killing and eating because, well, number one, we taste good, and number two, it causes absolute freaking nightmarish terror among those that view it, and that just adds to the fun. Yeah, the corn beast is, by our terms, evil, and that it kills because it enjoys it. It has no cares about actual us. It does not need to kill and eat to survive. The problem with power and repetition is the more you do something when you have power, the more the rut is driven into your character, your personality, and reality. By the time the corn beast had done this 1,000 times, the ruts were already there. At 5,000 times it had been summoned, killed, and then gone back to sleep. Its fate was sealed. It was only the details that needed to be ironed out. And by the time it had rampaged and eaten for the 10,000th time, it didn't know it. It was stuck. Because it was around the 55,000th time it had done this that it tried to change things up to make things a little different, and found out that it couldn't. So it's stuck in its little cycle of behavior. It couldn't change if it wanted to, and it wants to. So now when it manifests, it is aware of everybody in a circumference around it. And the circumference is random, but within that circumference, everyone who's in it, the corn beast has to eat them before it can go back to sleep, except for those who are 1 in a million. Now, it's not really 1 in a million, except for out here where we are, and even then, it's about 2% of the population can see and the cryptid world and the whole inside-outside, and even past that for you to manifest even further, yeah, even that's 1 in a million. On the inside, it's about 1 in 10,000. On the razor's edge, about 1 in 5,000. So when the beast wakes up, yeah, old Ray on the Speleodoncus is out on the very edges, 1 in a million, free and safe. And then there's a girl, 14-year-old girl, the daughter of the first original family that the beast eats in this current incarnation at Abernathe. Yeah, because it eats her parents and her siblings, and it eats another family and their siblings, and then meets her in a barn, because by this time, everything around her is burning, everyone is dead, and she is just trying to take, hide in the barn. And that's where the beast is. The beast talks to her. She is safe. Just talks to her about repetition, how this keeps happening, why she is safe, and just, it's only a bit of random luck that she gets to survive and not just join the rest of her family in his belly digesting away. It's a long thing. She records the speech that I can't really remember and don't have a ton of time for, but she's recording it. And when the beast is about to leave to go out and eat the rest of the people that are on the farm at that point, she says something that makes the beast stop, because the beast has been hundreds of millions of years, well, not hundreds of millions, but millions upon millions of times this thing has rampaged through the ages. Repetition has pulled out all joy of everything from this creature's life. Nothing is a pleasure. It has seen and experienced everything. When this girl talks about how she's sending the video file to the Crimson Kingdom on the inside, where the smartest thing, the smartest person that she can think of, the King in Crimson, lives. And on their phone, her phone, there on the razor's edge, able to send that video file to the inside, to the servers at Red Palace, which is where the King in Crimson lives in the Crimson Kingdom, which is about 25 million people there, in the east, west, north, south, and central borough. Thumbs up for that. This stops the corn beast. because only 3 times in this cycle is there a kingdom that is powerful enough to not only affect where it is on the inside, but affect the razor's edge and affect us. The beast has seen communication equipment before. People have had phones before through the hundreds of millions of years that it's been alive. No one has been able to make them more than just like walkie-talkie close communications, because no one has been able to figure out how to get communication signals to go not only from layer to layer, but also to the inside and the outside, which are 2 different universes, with the razor's edge is just the transition point between them. But her phone, as she explains and shows how she sent the video file to the Red Palace, it easily communicates with the outside, all of her friends on the razor's edge, and the inside. This is new. This is new that the beast has not seen in all of its hundreds of millions of years of existence. This is new. And as the beast says, though, it's not going to have hope, but it's going to leave the door unlocked that leads to hope. This is new. This is a possibility. And she thinks that because she's going to be the only survivor of the massacre this night, that King in Crimson is more likely to see the video file. And yeah, the beast is going to spend the rest of the night eating the other 5 families that lived on the farm, and then after that is going to spend the next 2 weeks eating the other 3,200 people that are scattering in terror right now. Only a very few people lived on the actual farmland itself. Most of them were settlements outside the farm. These are the people that are scattering because the people on the inside that saw this before they got eaten were panicking and calling for help. Yeah, she's the lone survivor on the farm. This information does get to the King in Crimson. They are very interested in this information. And in fact, the King in Crimson can help but can't. They form a sort of reserve around a large area where they think the beast might be sleeping. Domesticated crops and such are not allowed in that area. It is fenced. There is a memorial, and there is one of the boosters that helps keep the communications going and the area stable. But the corn beast, from the way it even talks, it's been so long just sleeping, it's going to outlast the kingdom, everything, just as it sleeps. There'll be nothing left that they make that will last as long as this thing sleeps. They can help it in the short run, but they can't really help it. And I've opened up 24 hours for the comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's never many, but however many you there are, thank you, each and every one of you. Also, if you've watched this far, thank you. There is no pressure for you to do so, so if you have, you are doing so of your own volition. Thank you so very, very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I can't American Sign Language, well, thumbs up for that. We have excuse me, Adrian _ FNTES, thumbs up, and yeah, that's a good game. I am hoping to continue everything forever. Ryan Keller, gonna do my best, thumbs up, thank you. Jesse Koskinen, very good to see you in the comments, my friend, and hopefully I'll have more information on the duck head and the lobster hat and all that on another day. Thumbs up, thank you, good to see you. Chris, greatly appreciated and good to see you in the comments. JAYY, thumbs up, thank you very, very much, and yeah, oy vey. And thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Stephen Blanchard, I will do my very best, thumbs up, thank you. Flora Mew, I sure hope your migraine's gotten better. I've meant to say I'm sorry, but I hope it gets better. Oy. And then we have Ben B, thumbs up, thank you. RJ Mitchell, greatly appreciate, good to see you as well. There is Brooke Terry, thumbs up and thank you. We have, there is Ken Pachi Ramasama, greatly appreciated, and that is it. 11 different people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only for a short time, and if only in text. Greatly appreciated though. Well, I'm going to try and get done some of the things that I need to get done today. Hopefully I'm not going to keep falling asleep like I did yesterday. Do my very, very best. Hopefully you can do your best, but again, if you can't, survival mode is important. And of course, speaking of survival, with all the diseases and such in the world, please just take appropriate care for your situation. The whole Covfefe bug thing has slowed down, but it's not over. It has slowed down. We've managed to flatten the curve. Thank God, but it's not over. Please take care. And of course, try your best to avoid buses that have your name on them. Of course, you'll never know about the bus that has your name on it until you get smeared by it. But do your best. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.